I'm going to say something that many indie developers don't like to hear, and that is the importance of documentation. I know you didn't start making games so you can write documents. You want to create worlds, mechanics, art, instead of writing a freaking Google Doc. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If your ideas are only written down in a random Discord message that you wrote to a friend or to yourself at 2 a.m., then the vision of your game is running on memory. Memory is unreliable. If you don't know me yet, I'm Norman. I'm a game creator and producer with one specific job in mind, and that is to help all indie developers I can to actually ship their games so they can continue creating games through their lifetime. I use my experience in building and producing real games, including commercial releases, to help them be guided through the whole process from the start of the development all the way to a successful launch without any burnout or getting stuck. I have an online course called Scrum for Indie Game Development. It's a course that adapts the Scrum methodology for software and tailors it to work with indie development. The following is an extract of that course where I explain different tools you can use to document your development, your features, and every single thing that you need from your game in a way that makes it so it's not annoying, could actually even be fun. You can get all the value that you need from the documentations. Let's jump right into it. Documentation tool. Again, documentation doesn't need to be the most extensive, annoying thing in the process, but everything needs to be documented at least in a very light version so everyone understands what is being done and how. For projects, usually for big projects, many companies use Confluence. Confluence is a tool that helps you organize all of your documentation as if it was a wiki, which is really good. You can organize it. You have your bar with all your information. You can add who is doing who modified what at what moment specifically, and you can even connect it with tools like Microsoft Teams, Slack, and the others. Microsoft Teams is also a good tool for doing the documentation since it's an all-in-one tool. But in our case, the cheapest and also better suited version for us as an indie studio, at least at Doc Paradox, was Notion. In Notion, we even used to have our board here until we migrated to Jira. But what I want to explain is here you can have everything as well with all the people working on it, and you can customize it in the way that fits better for you. So we had, for example, here our deadlines in the timeline view, and as you can see, we had all of these different documentation things. For example, we had the game design document, technical documentation, ideas and feedback from everyone from the team. We had a specific database for the audio before and a development board. Then we migrated to Jira. We had a production board here that's actually the link to Jira, where you can open the board and see the whole development. We added even some documentation on how to work on a user story, since some of our team members were not really that familiar with Scrum at the beginning and they needed something to check how to do all the different steps. We had a document called work capacity where we were calculating with the information we got from Jira how much work each member could do, or each type of member of the team. How much work could a developer do, an audio engineer,
an artist, the QA people, so we could know how many stories we should add per sprint, how much buffer we can have, etc. Then we had a task board for people that were not working specifically on the game but were doing other tasks, mostly this organizational tasks. They would add their information there and then we could check it. And then we called our refinement meetings dog tuning. So we had here information on how to do the refinement, how to do the estimations based on what we already talked in this course. So you can add all this information simply by creating a new page and writing down all the things that you need, and then you can modify them if the team decides to change something. It's really simple to use. Definitely recommend using. You're just a visionary. Ended up being very challenging. Best indie manager. Organize our Scrum board. You might not make it in time and it might end up being a mess. Keep a clear communication, but not overloaded. Polish, juice. It's about creating a long-lasting experience for the future.